Good afternoon. Myself Dr. A.M. Takle from Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Edra, Itzelkaranji. Unit number 2, that is study of machine elements. Here in this last lecture, we studied what is meant by machine element, what are the various elements, then regarding that fasteners, and in this lecture we are going to study what is meant by coupling. Now, the contents of this chapter is introduction, study of simple machine elements and components such as the screw fasteners, shaft coupling, pipe joints, riveted joint, welded joint, bearings and gears. We know that to build a machine, consider a machine or automobile industry, to build a machine tool or machine, the various elements are required to build the machine. Right now, the final machine is built with the help of various sub-assemblies. That final assembly is with the help of various sub-assemblies, and the various sub-assemblies with the help of various some element that is called as a machine elements. Then some of the machine elements are that screw fasteners, shaft coupling, pipe joints, riveted joints, welded joint, bearings and gears. In last lecture we studied about screw fasteners, that is about bolt, stud, screw, etc. In this lecture we are going to study the shaft coupling. Introduction. The machine element or elements are basic mechanical parts and features used as the building block of the most machines. As the individual part is used or element is used to build the machine. Machine elements may be features of a part such as screw threads or internal plain bearing are some machine elements, or they may be discrete parts in and of themselves such as wheels, axles, pulley, rolling elements, bearings, and rolling elements like bearing, gears are some machine elements used to build the machine. And there again structure elements are there in a machine element. Some mechanisms are there, connecting mechanisms are there, some structure elements are there. Under these structure elements, shafts, couplings, bearings, fasteners, keys, splines and quarter pin as well as seals are some of the structure elements. Now we are going to study the shaft coupling. Before to that, why shaft is useful? The main purpose of shaft is to transmit power from one device to the other device through any media. Just like in some cases pulleys are used, belts are used, chain drives are used, and some cases couplings are used. So coupling is the main one of the machine element to transmit the torque. A shaft coupling is a device used to connect two shafts together at their ends for the purpose of transmitting power. Couplings do not normally allow disconnection of shafts during operation. However, there are torque limiting couplings which can slip or disconnect when some torque limits is exceed. Right now, shaft couplings are used. We already know that This is used for transmitting power. So when we want to transmit power from one shaft to the another shaft, then couplings are used. Coupling is one of the device used for power transmitting. There are other some devices are there, belt drive, chain drive, gears, but coupling is the one of the device. The power transmission is nothing but torque transmission. Now when we are going to rotate two shafts and when in a parallel which are in an inline, then the power transmission takes place through the coupling. When considering one example, from motor power transmitted to the shaft. From shaft it is transmitted to the coupling number 1. It is again transmitted to the coupling number 2 through the bolt, and from that coupling number 2 again to the output shaft. In this way the power transmission takes place in case of shaft coupling. A shaft coupling is a device used to connect two shafts. Coupling is nothing but a device which is used to connect two shafts together at their ends for the purpose of transmitting power. For torque transmission, that is for power transmission, shaft coupling is used. And in some cases, suppose torque is exceed, the normal purpose of coupling is it not allowed to slip the two shafts, or the coupling will not be slip from that shaft. But in some cases, if torque value is increases, that is torque capacity is increases, then there is a possibility of slipping of the coupling from the shaft. Coupling do not normally allow disconnection of shafts. We know that coupling is used to connect the two shafts, so it is normally not allowed to disconnect of the shafts during operation. However, there are torque transmitting couplings. There are some torque limiting couplings which can slip or disconnect, because when some torque limit is exceed, when the torque value is exceed than the required, so there is a possibility of coupling which can slip or disconnect from this shaft. The primary purpose of coupling is to join two pieces of rotating equipment which permitting some degree of misalignment or end moment or both. In a more general context, a coupling can also be a mechanical device that serves to connect the ends of adjacent parts or objects. Coupling do not normally allow disconnection of shafts during operation. However, there are torque limiting couplings which can slip or disconnect when some torque limits is exceed. Selection, installation and maintenance of coupling can lead to reduced maintenance time and maintenance cost. These are the fundamental guidelines of the coupling. The primary purpose of coupling is to join two pieces of rotating equipment. Right now, two pieces of rotating equipment. Here we are considering shaft is the element of rotating equipment. So the primary purpose of coupling, the coupling is used for the primary purpose to join the two pieces of rotating equipment, that is to join the two pieces of shaft while permitting some degree of misalignment or end moment or both. Some misalignment degree of permission is there for some misalignment or end moment or both. In a more general context, a coupling can also be a mechanical device. Coupling is a mechanical device that serves to connect ends of adjacent parts or object. It is used the purpose of this to connect ends of adjacent parts, that is two shafts or two objects. Coupling do not normally allow disconnection of shafts during operation. Normally, couplings are used for that power transmission, that is torque transmission. So it is not allowed to disconnect of these two shafts during operation. However, there are torque limiting couplings which can slip or disconnect when some torque limit is exceeded. Suppose we are designed for particular torque of 100 Newton meter, and when the torque is exceeded, then there is a possibility of coupling to slip from this shaft. The selection, installation and maintenance of coupling can lead to reduced maintenance time and maintenance cost. That is easy to select, easy to install and easy to maintenance. It is one of the animation of coupling. The power is transmitted from input shaft to the output shaft. By considering this animation, consider left hand side shaft is a shaft number 1, then right hand side is a shaft number 2, that is left hand side is a input shaft and right hand shaft is output shaft. When the input shaft suppose coupled with the motor, then power transmission from motor to the input shaft, that is shaft number 1, it takes place by any device. It may be pulley, it may be bell, or it may be chain drive, or it may be gear, or it may be directly coupled, depends. Then from torque input shaft, the power is transmitted to the rigid coupling. I will say left number 1 is a rigid coupling number 1, that is flange number 1, and to that flange number 2 is there. And these two flanges are fixed with the help of fasteners, that is nut and bolt arrangement, which already studied in the last lecture. Then power transmission from input shaft to the flange coupling is through the connection between the shaft and coupling. Then flange coupling number 1 to the flange coupling number 2, that is flange 1 to flange 2, is through nut and bolt arrangement. And from this nut bolt arrangement, the power is transmitted from flange 1 to flange 2, and flange 2 is coupled with that shaft, output shaft. So power transmission from flange 2 to the output shaft takes place. It means this power transmission or torque transmission from input shaft to the output shaft takes place. Again, we will consider simple. Primarily from prime mover to the shaft number 1, then from shaft number 1 to the flange 1, then from flange 1 to the flange 2 through the nut bolt, and from flange number 2 to the shaft, that is from shaft number 1 to shaft number 2 takes place. There, what are the uses of this shaft coupling? We know that shaft coupling is used to connect two shafts, and these uses are: shaft coupling are used in machinery for several purposes. Normally coupling is used in a machinery, that is in a machine tool purpose, or in an automobile or any industry. Normally it is related to machinery purpose. A primary function is to transfer power, that is to transfer torque from one end to the another end. As we know in a previous example, the torque or power is transmitted from shaft 1 to the shaft 2 with the help of media coupling. A primary function is to transfer power from one end to the another end. Example, motor transfer power to the pump through coupling, that is from motor transfer power to the pump. From motor to the pump, it is transferred through coupling. There are some other common uses are to alter the vibration characteristics of rotating elements. That is, in a rotating element, vibrations are there. To alter this vibration characteristics of rotating units, coupling is used. To connect driving and the driven part, again as shown in left hand side is a driven, right hand side is a driving. Sorry, left hand side is a driving and right hand side is a driven. From driving to driven, to rotate or to connect power or to transfer power or torque, from driving to driven, the part is used as a coupling. That is to connect driving and the driven part. To introduce protection. Also, for protection purpose, couplings are used. To reduce the transmission of shock load from one shaft to the another. To reduce the transmission of shock loads are there, and to reduce that transmission of shock load from one shaft to the another. That is, if driving shaft having more shock, so with the help of coupling which is reduced to the driven shaft. To slip when overload occurs. When there is a overload or more torque to be transmitted, then coupling is going to be slip when that overload occurs. There are some types of couplings. One of the type is a flange coupling. The coupling has two separate cast iron flanges. The material is a cast iron here. The coupling has two separate cast iron flanges as shown in a isometric view, second view. There are two flanges are there which is made up of cast iron, and two flanges are there in which each flange is mounted on the shaft end. Each flange is mounted on the shaft end. For each shaft, each one flange is mounted and keyed to it. That for power transmission purpose, keyway is used because the power transmission takes place from driving shaft to the key, and from key to the coupling, and from coupling, that is from flange, and from flange 1 to the flange 2, and from flange 2 to the shaft through the help of key. That is, for power transmission, key is used. The two flanges are coupled together with the help of bolts and nuts as shown in a figure. These two flanges are coupled with the help of bolts and nuts for the power transmission purpose. Then second example is a universal coupling. The difference between flange coupling and universal coupling is here some movement is takes place or allowed for some movement. A universal coupling or universal joint, also called as U-joint or hook joint, is a joint or coupling in a rigid rod that allows the rod to bend in any direction and is commonly used in shafts that transmit rotary motion. Right now, the universal coupling and the flange coupling is shown here. The difference between universal coupling and flange coupling is flange coupling not allow the rod to bend in any direction, but in case of universal coupling, which allow shaft to bend in any direction, and because of this commonly used in shaft that transmit rotary motion. For rotary motion transmission, these couplings are used. Then bushed pin type coupling. In isometric view as shown, bushed pin type coupling. This is modified form of protected type flange coupling. This type of coupling has a pins and it works as a coupling bolts. The rubber or leather bushes are used over the pins. The coupling is having two half dissimilar in construction. It is similar or some modification of flange coupling in which bolts are used and the rubber or leather bushes are used over the pins because to minimize the friction. Rubber or leather bushes are used over the pins. The coupling is having two halves as shown in figure. Two halves are there and which are dissimilar in a construction. This because one end is there is holes are there, and second for flange there are number of bolts or pins is connected for power transmission purpose. This is the basic difference between flange coupling and bushed coupling. Okay, thank you.